Yo, what's up guys? You're back with your man TechNick, your go-to guy for videos on the latest tech. Now today, it's kind of about the latest tech, but more about past phones. Here on the left, we have the OnePlus 7 Pro with a Snapdragon 855 chipset. This is the top of the range version, so it comes with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. This also has a 90Hz refresh rate panel paired along with a QLED screen, and the Nubia is unfortunately only paired with a 1080p panel, but it does indeed pack that 90Hz refresh rate panel as well. This is also paired with a Snapdragon 855 chipset, but is limited to 8 gigs of RAM on the version that I have here, and only has 128 gigs of storage here. Now, I have gone ahead on the OnePlus and changed the resolution to Full HD Plus to make things as even as possible, and I've set the screen to 90Hz on both the OnePlus and the Nubia Red Magic 3 as well. Now, I know that I will be indeed trying to make this as even as possible here, so once again guys, we'll turn all the animations off on both phones, and I'll be using my little trendy fingers here, but the GoPro Hero 7 Black will be supporting me in the bottom left corner. These are both beasts to say the least, and without further ado, let's go! Okay guys, so we're going to start off with round 0 over here. Now I'm not sure if you guys noticed in the introduction over there, I have set a timer on the bottom right of the screen just above my logo there, so you guys can keep in line with how long each round now goes ahead and takes. So in round 0, the Nubia Red Magic 3 took the first point since it booted up quicker, and refreshing the app icons when first booting in the phone, the Red Magic 3 takes it as well, giving it a second point in round 0. Now we're going to go ahead and test out the facial recognition, and though the OnePlus does have to pop up its selfie cam, it does do a pretty good job, but after 3 consistent rounds, the Nubia Red Magic 3 takes the third point there. Now with the fingerprint sensor, we do have a physical one on the Nubia and an optical one under the screen on the OnePlus, so it's not too fair on paper, but when you actually test them out like this, it is ridiculous to see how far optical scanners have actually come in the past year, and the OnePlus is absolutely creaming the Nubia, giving it its first point in round 0 there. Now we're going to move over to round 1 guys, and we're going to make sure that all our apps are cleared in the background. So on 0 we're going to go to camera all the way to PUBG in round 1, and PUBG all the way back up to camera for round 2. So starting off with camera over here guys, you can see that the OnePlus 7 Pro took the point, and flipping the camera over, the OnePlus took it again, even though it has a pop-up selfie cam there. But taking a snap, the Nubia took it over there. And guys, I just wanted to say, as I've been saying recently, I'm not going to speak about every single point as it comes, but as you guys can see on the left of the OnePlus and on the right of the Nubia, there are the points for the round. So now you're going to stick your eyes onto round 1 of each side there, and also keep an eye on that GoPro footage at the bottom left. I've tried to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit wider so that you guys can see it a little bit better as we go along here, because I know that my fingers can be a little bit sketchy, but you guys can trust me that I have indeed slowed this clip down once, twice, 3, 4 times to make sure each and every individual app is allocated a point to the correct winner here. Now opening up Astral, the OnePlus took it, and it took it again by turning it on over there guys. And now we're going to go ahead and open up our first social media app, which is Facebook, and the OnePlus took it as well, going double points against the Red Magic 3 in round 1 here. Now they both do indeed have 90Hz panels, and guys, that is mainly for fluidity, so you shouldn't see too much of a difference with 90Hz refresh rate panels opening and closing apps. Nevertheless, it does help a little bit, and I'm sure that you guys have seen that in my previous videos when the OnePlus 7 Pro went against the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G with its subpar 60Hz panel, since everything is going 90Hz. Now we'll be getting the Asus ROG Phone 2 with its 120Hz refresh rate panel, and I'll be comparing it to both of these devices. Let me know which one you want to see it compared to first, the Red Magic 3 since it's a gaming centric phone, or the OnePlus 7 Pro since it's all the talk right now with that wonderful glorious QLED 90Hz refresh rate curved panel, which looks absolutely stunning. Now I've really been enjoying both of these phones, and to be honest with you, I did make the jump from the OnePlus 7 back to the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G as my daily driver, because I just think that the Samsung packs it all. But I have been carrying around the Red Magic 3 with me since it has been my go-to gaming phone because of those wonderful triggers, and I also got the Nubia game side triggers as well that clip onto each side of the phone for some awesome radical gaming. Stay tuned for that as well guys, as I'll be bringing a slight little gaming tester on the Nubia Red Magic 3, and also how to emulate games, since that is becoming quite a new trend with the latest and greatest Snapdragon 855 chipset. Speaking about that chipset, it has been brilliant for the last couple months, and the 855 Plus chip is coming out on the ROG 2, and I'm really excited to see how that performs. It should be about a 10% increase, nothing major since we're going to wait for that new Snapdragon chip in the beginning of next year. But in round 1 over here guys, going into our third game, Angry Birds. This is the first game over here. You guys can see that the OnePlus 7 Pro is absolutely annihilating the Red Magic 3 on paper. But there is literally a split second behind the two over here, guys. And going into Temple Run, you can pretty much see that as we go into the title screen of the game here, as soon as it says Temple Run 2 at the top of each device, it is literally half a split second until the Nubia knocks it there. But I have to go ahead and give the point to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, last game over here and the last app that we'll be opening is indeed PUBG Mobile, and this is probably one of the most graphic intense games I'm sure all of you must know on Android and iOS, and it does take a fair share of time to start up. So it'll be really interesting to see which one actually boots up earlier. I was actually interested to see that with the Nubia Red Magic 3 open, saved the video from Photoshop and also from Premiere Clip earlier on, if you guys noticed that. Even though the OnePlus has UFS 3.0 storage, the Nubia did a faster job there, but the OnePlus opened PUBG quicker over here, guys. So that pretty much wraps it up for round 1 over here, with the OnePlus 7 Pro absolutely annihilating the Red Magic 3. Now we're going to go from PUBG all the way back up to camera, starting with PUBG over here, and that was a tie, guys, that pretty much opened instantly together at the exact same time, so they both got a point there. If it is a tie, guys, we didn't really have much of a tie in round 1, but we do have a couple in round 2, so stay tuned for those points on either side. When I do say it's a tie, I do go ahead and allocate a point to each device there. So now the Nubia has matched up the OnePlus 7 Pro here with an extra point, and now opening up Flip Diving, it was an extra tie there. And then going into our last game over here, reopening it, was Subway Surfer, where the OnePlus 7 Pro took the lead once again in round 2. Now we don't have too much longer left of round 2 here, guys, so please pop a comment down below to let me know which phone you guys actually prefer overall. I know that the OnePlus has a slightly better camera setup, but bear in mind that they both do indeed have the same 48 megapixel IMX586 sensor, which is really cool, though the Nubia doesn't have any other cameras helping it out over there, where the OnePlus 7 Pro has an extra 2, which is pretty cool as well. Now opening up Facebook over here, you can see that the OnePlus 7 Pro has taken it once again, leaving the Nubia Red Magic 3 in the dust. And going into Astral VPN, since we do need a VPN in China, the Red Magic opened it up quicker, but the OnePlus turned it off faster. Now we're going to go into some system apps, and it was a tie over there, and it is a tie once again opening up the phone app. I was expecting this with some system apps, since both of them are running seriously fast builds of Android. Now we're going into the last couple apps over here and opening up camera. Neither of them had them flipped open to the front, but that is because of a setting on the camera, but nevertheless the OnePlus took it. Now guys, looking at the overall points of both of these devices, the OnePlus 7 Pro was more than double of the Nubia Red Magic 3, but in terms of real life performance, I don't think that that is the case, but nevertheless in my speed test that is true. These are both monster phones to say the least, guys. I've been really impressed with how damn fast they truly are. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did testing out the speeds of these two beasts. And until next time, guys, this is TechNick.